Morning, everybody. Today's Wednesday, day before Thanksgiving, very busy travel day. So I want to give an update on the weather for the next few days, and I'll make this brief. So basically, right now, we have high pressure still in control. You woke up this morning, it's been very cold outside. We've had this very chilly air mass since the storm system over the weekend, and what impressive snow totals we saw up in New England, especially near the Great Lakes. But moving on, what we're going to expect here, guys, is the next couple of days not going to be warm. Okay, it's 40s and 50s, and there are going to be periods of precipitation. And around the mid-Atlantic region, it's all shower activity. No big rainstorms, but just shower activity. Maybe a few wet flakes mixed in. And up in New England, I think we could see a mix of everything. So let me get into it. So you can see we have a storm system out here in the Midwest. And this is going to work its way to the east as we head into Thanksgiving. So right now, this is Thanksgiving morning, and I'm actually going to zoom in here on New England so you can actually see what we're dealing with here. So this is New England Thanksgiving Day. Now there is going to be some cold air in place. So initially in the morning, maybe afternoon, some flakes will fly. Maybe even in North Jersey, you might see a few flurries come out of this. But up here in Vermont, I expect a little bit of snow to fall. And as the day goes on, Thanksgiving, you see the cold air stays up north, and then down south will just be a chilly shower activity, but nothing too serious in terms of heavy rain amounts. This is a pretty weak system coming through, and this completely goes through by Thursday night. However, moving on now, we're going to have another system on the weekend that we're going to have to keep an eye on, especially for New England. And let me show you what I'm talking about here. So another system works its way over from the west. But the interesting thing about this system is there's a potential for a little bit of a redevelopment off the coast, or maybe a little bit even of something called an inverted trough to form, which could enhance snowfall amounts up in New England again. So for those mountain areas in New Hampshire, Vermont, even the mountain areas of western Massachusetts, again, we could be seeing some winter precipitation. And we're going to have to keep a close eye on this and this is going to be now the Friday into Saturday time frame, because depending on what the model wants to do, you can see here going into Sunday, we can have see this little nose here, precipitation, that's called an inverted trough. And if we see this really develop, we can see some snow accumulations up here, and then maybe some snow shower activity more into the southwest. But this then pulls through, and you can see it kind of tries to linger there, some models are showing. So if that happens, if this model actually comes to fruition, you could see this 29-inch amount's a little ridiculous. That's actually Mount Washington, believe it or not. So these models now are have such good resolution, they pick up on the mountains. This would be like Killington and like Stowe and stuff up here. But you could see as we start, so heading into this is Friday, that little first system comes through. And then by the time that system tries to come through on Monday, you could see that the mountain snows again, maybe a dusting in other areas. So overall, not a bad week. No big travel nightmares. Maybe a little bit of snow on Thanksgiving for northern areas. And then again, as we head into the weekend, there could be some areas of shower activity and then some snow to the north if this trough really wants to sit there and get inverted. Now, real quick, that's the forecast long range. There's going to be a big storm in the country, guys. It's going to happen at the end of the month. So by the time we get to, say, middle of next week, you're going to see probably a big storm that cuts to our west. So we're probably going to give the area rain. And following that, we have to keep our eye on the first week of December. I'm really closely watching to see how the upper air pattern sets up, to see if this energy that's going to be coming into the country will work its way east more. And if we get more ridging to come into the west, we could be talking about our first widespread storm for the northeast of the winter. Now, mid-Atlantic, I'm still hesitant to say it, but up in the northeast, we could be seeing another significant snowfall potentially that first week of December. And then once we get to the second week, third week, I really like the chances of a white Christmas this year for most areas. I think this pattern really kicks in. I'm very optimistic. So more to come on that. Happy Thanksgiving, and I'll have an update this weekend.